I'm doing 7 figures a year wholesaling real estate, taking an ugly house, getting that ugly house under contract, and then selling that contract to an investor who's going to turn it into a beautiful house. This process is called wholesaling real estate, and it can be done in just 10 steps. And the first step is the most important: figuring out your goals. Why do you want to wholesale real estate? Is it because you want to make as much money as fast as possible? I don't blame you. Wholesaling makes a ton of money. Is it because you're a licensed agent and you want to offer your clients a different way to sell their house off market? Okay. Or is it because you're a real estate investor and you want to find more subject to and seller finance deals to add to your portfolio? Well, that's awesome. You have to understand what your goals are when you start wholesaling, because once you get to step 2 and you want to start finding leads, what kind of properties do you want to reach out to? Single family homes, land, multifamily. Where do you want to reach out to them? What state? What city? What specific zip code? And what kind of sellers do you want to reach out to? If you're doing subject to and seller finance, you may want to reach out to pre-foreclosures or low equity sellers. But if you're trying to make as much money as possible with wholesaling real estate as fast as possible and as easy as possible, then you're going to want to target ugly homes, distressed properties, properties that need work in one specific city. There's 2 ways to wholesale: on market and off market. On market is easier but makes less money. Off market is harder but makes more money. On market wholesaling is literally like going to Zillow, finding an ugly house, that's an ugly house, and then calling the realtor and negotiating a deal. Or you can do a hybrid of on market and off market, which is for sale by owner. You can find owner posted properties. These properties are listed by sellers. Click a house. This house needs a lot of work. And then right here, editor, zoom in, is the property owner's cell phone number.
Call them.
This is the easiest way to find leads. It is free, it is simple, and guess what? They answer. These people will answer the phone because they're already trying to sell their house. But there's another way to wholesale, and it's called direct to seller, aka off market, wholesaling directly to the sellers. And what you're going to want to do is pull lists to call. Now these lists, the lists you're going to want to pull for off market wholesaling, here they are: pre-foreclosure, divorce, eviction, heirship, probate, tax sale, loan modification, and there's a ton more. These homeowners are more likely to sell because they are in distress. So you're going to want to go and find those leads. Now, where do you find these lists? Well, there's a ton of different ways to do that. You can talk to your title or escrow company. You can find a lot of them on government website. Or the simplest option, this is what most people do, they use a paid software. One great option is Deal Machine. They have hundreds of thousands of leads, and you can just pull a list, and you can even filter the list with like 700 different criteria. And the best part is they already have the lists skip traced. Yes, step 3 is to reach out. What does that mean? Well, once you get a list, you need to then skip trace it. You need to find the phone numbers and the contact information of the homeowners. Deal Machine already pre-skip traces their list. So if you want to use Deal Machine, I'm affiliated with them. Everybody use code SOUP at checkout and you can get a 7-day free trial. 7-day free trial. Just give it a shot. It can't hurt, right? Step 3 is to now reach out to the homeowners. So if you're wholesaling on market, well, that's really simple. Just call the realtor and just get on the phone and start negotiating. But if you're going direct to seller, then you can use a software like Deal Machine, or if you just generate a list, you're going to need to skip trace that list. And my favorite skip tracing is Skip Matrix. You just download your list, put it in there, and it's going to give you all the phone numbers and emails of the homeowners that you're trying to reach out to. Again, if you want to use Skip Matrix, you have honestly the best skip tracing data that I've ever tried. Use code SOUP at checkout for 10% off. Now, once you have phone numbers, you're going to either want to cold call them, text blast them, or you could even send them postcards and mailers. Some people even do email blast. But honestly, your best options are going to be calling and texting. You're not going to want to use your personal cell phone number. So go and buy a really affordable online dialer. AirCall and CallRail are 2 that I've used in the past. Now you're going to use your online dialer to call and text them. And what are you going to say? Well, that's where your script comes in. Your goal is to reach out to these sellers and collect information. Editor, step 4, collect information. You're just having a normal phone call, a normal conversation. Don't be scared. You're not trying to buy these people's homes. Think about it differently. What you're trying to do is sell a solution. Do you need money right now for your house? Are you about to enter into foreclosure? Is the auction 1 week away? I have your answer. Let me come help you buy your house cash right now or take over your mortgage subject to. You don't have to do any repairs. You can leave the home as is. I will pay all of the closing costs. I will even pay your moving fees. I will just come and provide you a solution to help you not enter into foreclosure. Guys, that's the conversation you're supposed to be having with these sellers. Get on the phones and just start to collect information. What information do you want to collect? The price, their motivation, their timeline, and if the property needs rehab. Those are your 4 key things. And if you need help on your pitch, I have tons of different free scripts available for you. These scripts will help you with absolutely everything. If you want access to these scripts, make sure to join my 100% free wholesaling Discord community. Network with hundreds of other wholesalers and real estate investors. Talk DTS, land, realtors. Create a ticket, and I'll even comp all of your deals for you. I have free skip trace lists, 17,000 numbers right now that you can take. I have cheat sheets, repair estimators. I even have calculators. I have everything you can need, and yes, I have scripts. So join the wholesalers and I'll help you make money wholesaling. We've done over $100,000 in the past 100 days in assignment fees. I've helped a ton of wholesalers get their first deal, and I'm gonna help you too, I guarantee you. But now that you've collected the information, it's time to step 5, underwrite the deal. This is the hardest part for a lot of wholesalers. What is a good deal and what is a bad deal? Luckily for you, I have hundreds of videos on that. I probably have one right there. You're gonna wanna comp the property. If you're doing a cash wholesale deal, you're gonna wanna determine what the ARV is and also what the rehab is. Then you're gonna wanna use the 70% rule to come up with your offer. If you're doing creative wholesaling, say subject to and seller finance, then you have to determine the price that the seller wants and the terms that you need. For most creative deals, I like to have interest rates under 5%. I like to have the entry fee under 10%, and I usually like to have double-digit cash-on-cash return. I also like to have some instant equity on my deals. If all that was gibberish to you, don't worry. This is the part where you can ask for help. Once you get a good, motivated seller, then you can just ask me or somebody else to help you underwrite the deal. Ask someone a little bit more experienced. The hardest part, honestly, the hardest part is not this. This just comes with practice. The hardest part is putting in the work and picking up the phone and finding those motivated sellers. If you find the motivated sellers, personally, I will do step 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 for you. And step 6 is the scariest step for a lot of you. It's actually sending out the offer and writing up the contract. You're gonna need to draft a purchase agreement. You could use a simple 2 or 4 page wholesale agreement. I'm sure you've seen them online somewhere. Or what I prefer to do is use the official contracts of your state, the ones that the realtors use. They're longer, they're a little bit scarier, but they are bulletproof. You'll need to learn how to fill them out. Not just the price, but also things like your EMD, your option period, what to write in special provisions. And not just the price, I'm talking writing and/or signs on your contract. Option period, option money, EMD. What do you put in the special provision section? You'll need to learn how to draft up a contract, and then after your contract is accepted, you've signed it and the seller has countersigned it, you then need to open up title and fund option. Yeah, this is step 7. Open title and fund EMD. Wholesalers, we use title and escrow companies when we wholesale a property, like everybody else uses when they buy a house. When you buy a house, there's 2 different things that happen. One person is holding all of the money and dispersing all of the money. They are the neutral third party that is in charge with paying everybody. That's called escrow. But an escrow company is also a title company. A bit confusing, I know, but stick with me here. And a title company, what their job is to run title on a property and provide title insurance to the buyer. A house has 2 things. It has a title and a deed. A deed is like the receipt. It's like who owns the house. But there's also title, and title is how is the house owned. And when a buyer buys a house, they don't want a house to have a clouded title, meaning other people may actually have claims to that house. Maybe there's a mechanic's lien on that house. Maybe a distant relative way far back actually has claim to that property. So that's what the title company is for. And they are going to be your best friend. So make sure to choose an investor-friendly title company. And if they don't like wholesalers, they're not going to want to work with you. But anyways, you're going to want to open up title. Shoot them an email, be like,
hey, I opened up title on this house I just got under contract.
They'll be like,
cool, make sure to send in EMD and option.
If your state doesn't have option, don't worry about it. Then it's just EMD. Here in Texas, we have EMD and option. Then you're going to want to send in your EMD. What is EMD? It's your good faith money. When you're buying a house, think of it as a refundable deposit. It's usually 1% of the purchase price, and you'll get that money back if you decide to cancel within the option period. But if you don't cancel within the option period, you don't get that money back. So make sure to only wholesale during your option period, especially when you're starting out. Later on, you can go hard. We go hard all the time, but you don't got to do that.
I know you're probably so confused.
But guys, this is when your partner comes in and helps you. Don't worry. And after you've done this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, this is just second nature. And if you need somebody to lend you the money for your EMD, because EMD can be $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, even $10,000 if you're wholesaling expensive homes, I'll lend you EMD for free. So don't worry about that. Now, once you've opened up title, you funded EMD, you have a valid contract, you are within your option period. Now it is step 8, disposition. Disposition. Not the song, the word. Disposition. Disposing of the property. Disposition is very different than acquisition. Acquisition was acquiring a house. Disposition is selling a house. Now you need to find a buyer for your wholesale deal. And that's where your dispo partner should come in handy. You should not be doing acquisition and disposition. Only focus on one. And when you start wholesaling, you should only focus on acquisition. Leave disposition to the select few companies that do it really well. For example, my company, we do dispositions. We sell a wholesale deal every single day. We have over 20 licensed agents, and we don't use softwares or anything like that. Guys, we do it the old school way. We get on the phone, we network with buyers, and we have a book of business. And when we get a wholesale deal from someone like you, we call up our buyers who we've just grabbed lunch with, we just played golf with.
And we're like, hey, yo, we just got a really good deal.
And they're like, I trust you guys. I didn't just find you guys on Facebook or InvestorLift. I trust you guys. You tell me it's a good deal, then it's a good deal. I'll buy it. And that's how we do business, and that's how we find buyers. And that's where you're going to want to partner with a dispo brokerage who has a large book of business. We usually try to make $10,000 on each one of our wholesale deals. Sometimes it's less, sometimes it's more. But the average wholesale deal, especially direct to seller, should be $30,000. So that should leave you like $20,000 if you did a good job on steps 1 through 4. If you are really good at finding deals, really good at negotiating deals, you should be making 20 grand and your dispo partner should be making 10. Sometimes you may only make a few thousand. Sometimes you're going to make 30, 40, 50, 60, 70,000. But at the end of the day, guys, getting your deals in, getting the reps in is more important than hitting the home runs. The home runs come over time. Just get your base hits in. So that is step 8, disposition. Step 9 is when the buyer submits non-refundable EMD and sends you an assignment agreement. What did I just say there? Once a buyer is interested, they're going to send you an assignment agreement just taking over your contract that you have under contract. And then they're also going to send you some money that's non-refundable. Maybe $5,000 or $7,500 or $10,000 of non-refundable money. That sticks them to the deal and tells them they're not going to leave. Then, guys, step 10 is already here. Step 10 is to just wait for the property to close and get paid. On a creative deal, step 10 could be 30 plus days. On a cash deal, it can be as low as 5, 7, 10 days. Now you just got to wait for title and escrow to do their work, for the sellers to give all their documents, for the buyer to get ready and have his financing in order. And then once escrow has all the money and title is clear, then escrow is going to wire the buyer their money. They're going to wire any other party involved, and they're going to wire you your money. Step 10 is the best step. It's getting paid. So those are the 10 steps to how a wholesale transaction goes. You need to be focusing on step 1 to 4. Finding leads, reaching out to leads, and negotiating. But above all else, really think. What is your goal with wholesaling? Do you want to make a lot of money and a lot of money right now? Because I can genuinely help you do that. Or do you just want to grow your real estate portfolio and get more creative finance deals? I think you should absolutely do that. But the best way to do that in my mind is to make money wholesaling, make your cash wholesaling cash deals, and then take that cash, a bit of a tongue twister, take that cash and then go buy creative finance properties. So make your money wholesaling and then go invest in creative finance properties. If you want to learn to do that, everybody, make sure to subscribe to this channel, send this video to a friend, like this video, whatever. I love y'all so much. I'll see you in the Discord community. I want to help you make money in real estate. I had some amazing people who helped me along the way, and I want to help you too. Bye, everyone.